Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and Europa Universalis IV, Common Sense, playing as Scotland. Alright, so it's been a few days since I last played. I tried to let some videos catch up on YouTube, because, usually with a game like this I would batch record for many hours on end, but since I am relatively new to this game, I am kind of relying on some feedback from you guys in order to figure out ways to improve my strategy, improve my play style. And I did see quite a few helpful hints along the way, and I want to thank you guys who did comment and leave some information, including some stuff about trade power. I did recently see that the trade efficiency guy is supposedly worth it, but I am only kind of making 1.25 ducats in trade is the thing. So while he would increase all my trade power and a lot of other nodes, I'm not convinced it would be a very effective... not a very effective advisor for myself, but maybe? I don't know. It'll depend. Right now I'm still low on money, so I don't really feel too comfortable with it. Actually, I should probably go ahead and just dump this all the way down. I don't expect to get into a conflict with Sweden anytime soon. Sweden and Novgorod, they can hang out in Norway and try to get Sweden independent if they want, and that's okay. But I'm not really interested in getting involved, so we're not going to. Cannot, you stay right there. Don't go chasing, don't do anything foolish now, don't do anything crazy. Also got some questions about things like if I'm going to be colonizing. I am very interested in doing so. Whether or not I will be able to do so, when I will be able to do so, that's a totally different question. You know, it's very possible I'll have to wait until my third or fourth idea group in order to start colonizing, because that's about when my colonial range should be able to increase enough for me to get to North America. I may have to do some crazy finagling with Norway along the way, though. So we'll see. That's still very much up in the air, but first and foremost, I'm more concerned about England. And I did also see a comment that Castile would be a very effective ally, and I don't think you're wrong at all. I think you're absolutely right. Castile could be a great ally. They are pretty much Castile and maybe to an extent Portugal, but mostly Castile would probably be the only force that actually could rival England in terms of naval power. You're absolutely right on that front. The thing is, of course, I am... Well, actually, no, hang on. I do have one more... I have one more relationship slot. Maybe I should get Castile. I was thinking I might not, and the reason I was thinking maybe not Castile is because it's not unusual for Castile and France to have some pretty big hostilities toward each other. I mean, they're already rivals, so... I didn't really want to make things worse. On the other hand, they do have Aragon and Navarra in between them, so in theory there shouldn't be any border conflicts for at least a while. Maybe having Castile on my side would be a very good thing. Maybe that's exactly what I would need in order to get enough forces against England. You know? Yellow countries unite! But we'll see. As for Denmark, I've really been thinking a lot about whether or not I actually want to help Denmark or not, and I'm thinking the answer is a resounding no. Now, on one hand, I do want a strong Denmark that's willing to help me against England. On the other hand, I want Denmark to be weak because this is a very short-term alliance, and I really do want to declare war on Norway at some point, possibly to grab Iceland to give me a nice launching platform to colonize later, but... There's a lot of... Norway is pretty much a natural enemy, or a natural target for me, so... I don't want Denmark to get that strong. And you know what? Sweden might make a better ally in the near future. You know, once I'm out of this war, I'll probably start improving relations with Sweden. And once Denmark is no longer of any use to me, I'll say, goodbye, Denmark. You know, you've helped me as much as you're going to against England. You know, bye. And that'll be that. And then I'll switch over to Sweden as an ally, and hopefully Sweden will help me take bits of Norway. And maybe Denmark. We'll see. Some other things I've been thinking about a lot as far as Scotland is some other ways of trying to grab some territory, or at least some money. First off, I should be able to... mothball all my forts. There we go. That's a better idea. Now I'm making a couple of ducats per turn. I know I'm technically in war, so maybe I shouldn't be doing that, but meh. I don't feel like paying the upkeep right now. I'm already at no maintenance, so as long as England doesn't get involved, I don't want these forts costing me any more money. But anyway, as far as maybe some other targets, I did notice that Provence actually ate all of Brittany, which is a little bit scary. Probably the first time I've seen Provence actually successfully do that. which does make me wonder if France might be willing to take them down a couple pegs at some point. I'm not sure I can get to any of these provinces. I don't think I'm close enough to fabricate a claim, but, you know, it would be nice to take a couple provinces out here. You know, give me a little bit of space on the mainland. Alternatively, I could try to get myself into a trade dispute with any of these coastal provinces, and a trade dispute is effectively a casus belli. I could just blockade their ports and get a ticking war score. Only problem is a lot of these guys are under personal union with Burgundy, so until Burgundy gets a low enough prestige that they break off, and as long as these guys don't... Well, see, Holland's already a part of the Holy Roman Empire, but Flanders, for example... If Flanders were to lose their personal union with Burgundy, then that would be a pretty nice target to blockade, take some money, maybe even take some land, but maybe not. And that's the thing, is I'm really not sure how it's all going to work in common sense, because the way that forts have worked has really kind of messed up what strategy I might have had. See, what I wanted to do originally, playing as Scotland, is I would have loved to fight England and not taken any of the provinces up against my border. I would have much rathered, instead, start taking some provinces along the southern coast, bits of the English trade node, because that's how I'm going to get most of my money. But with the addition of forts and how all that's going to work, I don't know. I don't know if that is all going to work. I should be able to fabricate a claim on Cornwall, Meath, pretty much anything, actually, along his western coast, but probably wouldn't be able to fabricate a claim against Wessex or Kent. I don't know. We'll see. By the way, I did notice that, yes, I did mispronounce this. It's not Lothland. I don't know why I thought Lothland. It's Lothian. Had I just read it properly, I would have known, but I did not. I did not read it properly. Alright, so Denmark, good luck in your war against Sweden. Sweden's probably going to break away. Sweden is technically friendly with me. If I were to improve relations with them, they actually could be a valuable ally to me. We're improving relations with Connaught. Don't need to do that anymore, I don't think. Now, it'll be interesting to see if any rivalries change, because whenever you reload the game, the AI has a tendency to reevaluate all of its rivalries. Whereas, it's interesting, because if you kept playing the game non-stop, they would just keep going with what they have now. But for some reason, whenever you log back in, they're like, oh, we should probably find out if these guys are actually the most effective rivals. Oh no, they're not. Well, let's just change everything around, and it screws up all your plans. So let's improve relations with Castile. That'll work fine. Anyone else I want to improve relations with? Or maybe I should just start fabricating a claim against England right now, actually. In fact, I think I probably should. So, wait, my other diplomat hasn't arrived. There we go. Where's the fabricate? Fabricate. Where is it? There it is. Fabricate claim. Alright, so I can hit Cornwall. Now I have to think about wherever I want to have a claim, because I want it to be an easily attainable war goal. So one of these two, or Meath, makes the most sense in that way. Where are your forts? Is my actual question here. You have one in... You have one here? You do. So there's a fort in Cumbria, a fort in Marches, and of course one in London, and in Meath. Having the fort in Meath actually could be nice. The thing is, I think I want to grab his forts, first and foremost, right? Because the way that forts work now is, if I'm coming, let's say, alright, let me get back to the political map mode, for example. So we know there's a fort here in Cumbria. So, for example, if I were to march my army through Lothian, I can either go into this province here, Northumberland, and from there, I can only go to Cumbria. I don't think I'm allowed to go into another... I don't think I'm allowed to go into Yorkshire. So getting Cumbria is kind of going to be a first requirement if I'm going to go into war with England. I have to grab that if I want to get into the mainland. At least from my island. I could always just transport things over, but, you know, that's a lot of work. It's just interesting. That's just the way that forts have changed everything. And you know what? It's a little bit of a vice versa. They can't pass Ayrshire? How do you actually pronounce that in Scotland? I don't know. But they can't pass by Ayrshire without getting Lothian first, which is my capital. Which is one of the reasons I don't actually feel like I need to turn on this fort. Unless castles are different from the natural fortifications of your capital, I mean, there should be the same thing. They're both castles, right? So yeah, so I don't think he's able to continue on into, say, the Highlands. He has to stop at Ayrshire and siege that down, and he can either stop there or go to Lothian, but he shouldn't be able to go anywhere else because this fort will stop him. I think that's how that works. But I don't know for absolute sure. Alright, well, we'll just continue. Oh, wait, hang on. So yeah, let's go ahead and start fabricating a claim against Cumbria. There you go. It'll take a year. Wouldn't mind just having a pocket CB against England on the off chance that I decide I want to go to war with them. I probably won't for a little while, but you know, it wouldn't be that bad to just have that option. All right, I can build another bark. Oh, I have 142 ducats. I'm actually doing better than I thought I was there. All right, well, let's grab ourselves. Oh wait, am I already building a? I am already building a bark. Never mind. See, this is what happens when you come back after a while. Okay, I could train a bunch more infantry, and that's not necessarily a bad idea. Increase my army size. What's, England is still on Tech 3, and I would hope to think that they're going to stay there for a while, because they have a... Oh, wait, no, hang on. Oh, they got a better king. Okay, never mind. They may very well get to Tech 4. If I can get that before England does, I feel like I'd be in a pretty decent position. That would be pretty cool. But that may not really be an option. Okay. Other things I was told, by the way, in the comment section, I'm aware that you can use the ledger to find some pretty nice information about, say, England. For example, if I go here, I can see what his total forces are and such, and I wouldn't need to send my ship around as a scout. You're absolutely right. The only reason I did so earlier is because I wanted to see exactly where his army was and see if he was engaging any rebels. We need to take a look at a mission. Protect against England. You need me to have 30 units. No, that mission's not going to happen anytime soon. It would be awesome, because I wouldn't mind having the faster recruitment time and the cheaper units, but no, the odds of me getting up to 30 are just non-existent. I have a force limit of 18. I'd have to hire, what, 12 mercenaries? That's expensive. No. Prestige, difficult to do unless I'm at war, which I am not. Improve papal relations. I mean, I could do that. What does the papal state think of me right now? 25? I mean, I have to spend a while working on them. I don't know. I'm gonna take it, I think. Well, no. I'm gonna cancel it. And the reason is, I think it's gonna take me about a year before I finally get around to getting the papal state up there. So, you know what? I'll just cancel the mission and hope for some new ones sometime in the near future. Alright, how are things going over in Sweden? Well, not that good for Denmark. It's looking pretty sucky for them, actually. Yep, Sweden, whoop, influenza. Uh-oh. Rumors say that sailors came back from a trip sick like hell, and the ones who didn't die on board infested the whole city. Okay, so I can either quarantine the port, and I will lose all... Well, hang on, which... Fife. Fife is in trouble. Fish, all that stuff. It would last for about a year. Exactly a year, actually. So, less trade power, goods produced, and tax modifiers, and manpower modifiers. That sucks horribly, but I could let it go. Lose 5 admin power. And they would still have some problems, but it wouldn't be that bad. The problem is we'd have a 75% chance that the influenza would eventually spread. So I'm going to quarantine the port. I don't know if that's actually the best way of doing things or not. Maybe it's better to just sort of let it do its thing and roll the dice and assume that, you know, it'll die out before it hits 4 provinces, but, you know, I prefer not to worry about it, honestly. I would prefer not to worry about it at all. So we're a quarter of the way done with our claim on England. Gosh, I won't claim myself. I mean, of course I claim myself, but that would just be silly. No. Looks like Sweden is doing just dang fine, and the problem with Sweden is, well, hang on, they don't even have... Yeah. Swedish traditions. Mercenary maintenance minus 25%. Infantry combat ability plus 20%. Sweden, probably one of the most overpowered nations in the game. Oh no. Our agent was discovered. Alright. So our reputation takes a small hit for that, and we do get a little aggressive expansion, but oh well. I don't really care that England hates me. It's fine that England hates me. Go ahead. Hate me all you want. But it does kind of suck getting a little aggressive expansion. Oh well, not much to be done about it right now. Novgorod, it's interesting that you're trying to help Sweden get their independence. Pretty common from what I've seen, but I've also seen that Sweden tends to turn on Novgorod pretty quickly, so... And Novgorod tends to get pressured from both Sweden and Muscovy until they're nothing. I don't think I've ever seen a game where Novgorod survives. Let's put it that way. Alright. I'm not getting very much in the way of my power, so maybe it is time to hire an advisor. Who would I get? Well, this guy's way too expensive, obviously. National unrest. I mean, how are we doing in Leinster right now? War exhaustion, overextension. Am I coring? Yes, I am coring Munster right now. Okay. Non-accepted culture. They have 13 more years or so of separatism, I believe. Tolerance is okay. I mean, they should be okay. I say they should be. It says they won't revolt for another 5 years or so I'm alright there. I don't think I need to worry too much. So the National Unrest guy doesn't sound that interesting to me. Yearly Prestige could be kind of nice. Question is, do I want more admin tech or military or whatever else? And I'm thinking military. National manpower modifier is too expensive. I only have expensive ones. Darn. Alright, never mind. No military power at all, so... Better relations over time? No. Trade efficiency, diplomatic reputation... I mean, if I'm going to pick a Diplo guy, this is probably the best one to go with for now. How are we looking as far as tech is concerned? I need 568 power to get to the next tech level. Alternatively, I could start throwing a whole bunch of my power into upping the development of the individual provinces. And you can see here that it would cost 51 admin, diplo, or military power to up the development of one. One of these three. And then for every one that I increase, it increases the overall cost of the next upgrade, and so on and so forth. I mean, development is very nice. You can see here that it does increase our trade power, force limits of both land and naval, supply limits, number of buildings, maximum manpower, recruitment time, garrison growth, production income, local goods, shipbuilding, monthly tax income. I mean, very nice stuff to spend your monarch points on, but I don't think that that's a very worthwhile thing for me. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and grab Ian then. We'll grab ourselves a little extra Diplo power every month. King James II is not an amazing king, and I also apparently have no legal heir. That's problematic, isn't it? Very problematic, actually. I have royal marriages with Connaught, Denmark, and France. Well, those increase my odds of getting an heir at some point, so we'll see how that works out for us. It looks like Denmark more or less got a little steamrolled. If you're smart... Yeah, that's right. Okay, so they broke their siege. They're about to go and crush Gelre. I mean, like, legitimately crushed, but now Denmark has made it across the straits, and they're probably going to go to Småland. They're not going to get to crush Novgorod before Sweden gets there, are they? No, they did. Alright, so they're going to get the defensive bonus. Ooh. I'm kind of curious how that... Oh, wow. Denmark's going to win a big fight, aren't they? Ooh. Alright. I'm impressed, Denmark. Oh, wait. Nope, never mind. Sweden and Novgorod are back. They are going to... Alright, it was a short-lived victory, admittedly. Very short-lived indeed. Oh, no! Oh, that was a clever maneuver. Look at that. So Norway just threw themselves into Västergotland? Västergotland? I don't know. I don't speak Swedish. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm an American. I do not speak that. They just threw themselves into that province to stop the Novgorod army so that Denmark could split the forces and crush them. Oh, that was a clever move. Now Novgorod's going to have to retreat. Wow. I am amazed, actually. Where's Sweden? They've only got 7,000 left. 10,000 manpower. How's Denmark doing? Where are you? There we go. 7,000. Okay, so Denmark is lower on forces. They have a little bit more actually out there right now, but they're out of manpower. So they're going to be running out of steam pretty quickly unless, say, Norway and Gelre get in there. Hang on. Nobles demand increased pensions. How dare you? Kings had to keep their unruly nobles in line through many methods. I either get less taxes for 20 years or lose stability. Ah, that sucks. 20 years less taxes. Realistically, that's going to account for 0.29 ducats per month. So that is a lot. That's going to be like, well, actually it's not that bad, I guess. It's about 20 ducats worth, whereas I really do not want to lose stability. I honestly value monarch points a little bit higher than money at this point, so I'm going to have to accept this, but that really bites. 20 years. How dare you? How dare you, nobles? Alright, well. We'll see what's going to happen. Oh, Gelre is about to get squished. Okay. I'm just really curious how this war is going to turn out. It looks like Sweden is getting through and doing some work on Norway, but... Oops. We finally gained the conquest Casus Belli against England. Let's take a look real quick and see what happens. So if I declared war on England right now, Venice, Savoy, and Genoa would all join in on England's side. That's unfortunate. France, however, would join in. But France can't really do much except for mess with these provinces here. Denmark, of course, is occupied at the moment, fighting in another war, and they're 260 ducats in debt. Oof. Yeah, Denmark's not going to be of any use to me anytime soon, that's for sure. Maybe it was a mistake, getting an alliance with Denmark. Maybe that was a huge mistake, I'm not really sure. But France isn't going to be able to do much of anything to help me, so I really don't want to be the one who initiates a war. Honestly, I would rather France declare it, and then I hold off before accepting for 3 months to give England a chance to get all their forces down across the channel. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. Maybe I just don't want to go to war for a little while. Maybe I want to focus on getting my tech up first. You know, get some military power going. Maybe I should be focusing on this, in fact. It might be better. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to think about that. Alright, well this is a good enough place for stopping, I guess. Not a very eventful episode, but we're watching things develop over here. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Promise with EU4 Common Sense. If you're enjoying this video, then be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.